I'm gonna play with the new Makeup Forever HD Skin Essentials palette. This is their newer version of the HD Skin palettes that I already love and own. This one has less blushes, less highlighters, and I would say less foundation concealer shades. It's more so like color correcting. That's what they call it, like all in one. The new one, you have 4 blushes, you have 2 highlighters, you have the concealer and foundation shades, and then this one also comes with more like a neutral cool tone contour shade and then a warm bronzer. $88. I have a deep love for these palettes. They're very long lasting, waterproof formulas. Let's get into it. So I'm gonna take this shade right here. I'm gonna warm it up first with my finger. Oh, that's so creamy, so creamy. I'm gonna use my brush. This one is Iconic London. They're like 2-in-1 brush. I'm just gonna work this in, work up to the opacity that I want. And it's not extremely cool tone where it looks gray. Sometimes contour shades, they can look gray. I don't always use this brush. It seemed appropriate just because the pans are smaller. I'd say that's the only thing that I'm going to complain about, I'm not even complaining, because I like to use my fingers with my original palette, even when I'm traveling. You can't really use really big brushes unless you're just going to mix and match, but I personally like to use smaller brushes with this palette or these palettes. I'm gonna take the warm shade right next to it. This is just going to bring warmth to my skin. I'm gonna go a little bit higher. Go on my eyelids, bronze up the forehead. And I'm going a little bit messy, not going to be very precise just because I still am going to go with my concealer and then foundation shades. I'm already loving this palette. I think I'm gonna be using it a little bit more than my all-in-one palette just because of the shades. I'm just gonna quickly do a little bit of color matching and see what works good for me and how much I need to mix. I'm just taking the top 2 shades right here, foundation concealer side. And I'm working them in areas where I didn't apply any of the bronzer and contour. This is why I love these palettes, my goodness. They're just so easy to use. Actually gonna take the Makeup Forever, the 118 brush, and just start working this into my skin. Has a nice teardrop shape, so precision of this brush is amazing around the eyes, around the nose. It's kind of like an all-in-one brush. It's great for liquid and cream. The finish of these palettes, it's very natural. It has a beautiful radiant glow to them, but they don't look and feel oily. They have, I would say they set really nice, but for my combination skin, especially in the forehead, I like to set these palettes or this formula. I'm going to use the Makeup Forever, the HD Skin Matte Velvet Compact Palette. I just like how these vibe together. You can just use a loose powder, a pressed powder, whatever you want, but I'm just gonna take a little bit of this right here. This is just going to soften everything. It's going to blur the formulas. And I'm going to do this before the blush and the highlighter, focusing this in the T-zone area. Let's go with the blushes. I honestly don't know what blushes to do. Kind of want to do all of them. Obviously not going to do all of them, but they're just so pretty. These 4 blushes right here, and then we have the 2 highlighters at the top. So let's take this one, and I'm using my Rose Ink, the blush brush. It's like fits perfectly in here. And all of these formulas are finger friendly. You can use your fingers to blend this out just a little bit faster with the brush. Kind of want to take maybe the coral shade, just a little bit. I could sit here for at least 30 minutes just playing with these blushes. I love blush. Blush is my jam. I'm just gonna go with whatever is on this brush that I use the powder. I'm just going to soften these edges. I'm just mixing both of these highlighter shades with my finger, even though I don't need it, but I want it. It just gives me that glass skin. They're not intense by any means with the shimmer. Obsessed already with this palette. Finish off my mascara, my lips, and we'll do a wear test to see, just to make sure this palette wears the exact same as the original, because it's supposed to be very long lasting. For my lip, I did Bare Minerals, their Mineralist lip liner in Charming Pink. I'm going to add Jones Road, the Lippy Stick in Buff on top. My new love. I still love this one, but this is my new love. It's the blushes for me and that contour shade. I will say the one thing, what I really appreciate and what I just can't get enough of from the HD Skin palettes is how it looks and how the makeup sits on my skin. It looks like my skin, but just it's so smooth. It just looks hydrated. It looks blurred at the same time. It just looks healthy. I don't know, just something about this cream formula is phenomenal. Obviously, just how it applies, it's so seamless. I love the customization that you have with these palettes. And of course, the wear time is really great. If you have oily skin or combination skin, I would recommend to set the formula in those places where the makeup tends to move on you. But you can also apply, your powder products like your powder blush and your powder bronzer, contour, just to set everything even further. But even on its own, I like to wear this on an everyday basis, or this one right here. I like to wear these on an everyday basis, just use my fingers and then use like one brush to make sure everything is just seamless and blended together. But I am gonna do a wear test for you guys just to show you how it is wearing on my skin, and I'll see you guys for the first update in a little bit. 4 hours in to confirm, yes, it's looking really good. If anything, I would touch up right here, use like a blotting sheet or just add a little bit more powder on top. Again, I am combination skin. That means my T-zone is very oily, and right now it's very hot outside and muggy. I've been doing errands with Emirates all day and kind of been outside. So this is what the face is looking like, but I'm liking the way it's looking. It's looking really good. And what I like about this is how it wears the whole day. Because the formula, it's so lightweight and it's so creamy and it looks like my skin. When it's wearing down throughout the day, it still looks like my skin. I don't look patchy anywhere. I'm really liking the blush and that highlighter. That highlighter is just, my goodness, like stunning. I'm going to touch up around the nose right here. I'm gonna go grab the powder. This is 8 hours in, and I think this is gonna be the last update just because it's not really a first impression. Well, it is, but it's not. But I will say that formula is, I would say the same thing. It's just you're getting different shades. It's a love for me. It's gonna be in my rotation pretty much all summer, all fall. I'm so excited that they launched this or these palettes to add, blushes, a little bit more of those contour shades and a little bit more of the foundation shades. I'm really excited about that. You can still see it's still on my face. It's wearing down, but it's wearing down very even. I'm not seeing any patchiness. It's just melting in with my skin as the day goes on. And it's one of those types of products where it kind of looks better as you wear it, if that makes sense. Like it will definitely wear down if you have oily combination skin. So that's why I was recommending to set this makeup or even add bronzer, powder blush, just to lock everything in even further. But I do like the glow that it provides. I like that it's, I like that it's creamy throughout the day. It's just a great combination, and my skin really enjoys this palette or this specific HD Skin palettes. It's just, yes, very easy to work with. I think the colors are very complementary. I love the customization to the palettes, to your particular needs and wants. It's just chef's kiss in my opinion. But I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for watching, spending time with me, and I'll see you next one very soon.